Things aren't on fire. Fire is on things. Before you criticize someone, walk a mile in their shoes. That way, you'll be a mile away from them and you'll have their shoes. Does a straw have one hole or two? If you can't think of a word, say, I forgot how to say it in English. That way, people think you're bilingual, not an idiot.
All right, you ready to film, bro? What's wrong, bro? Come on, bro. It's not that deep.
What's up, our popcorn and pixel? Season 5 of The Boys just finished up, so let's talk about the whole show itself.
Give it a whole, like a retrospective. You know?
Yeah.
Only 5 seasons, you know?
We're gonna go from season 1 to season 5 and rank best to worst.
Okay. So, obviously, we're going to start with season 1.
Yeah, let's start with season 1 easily, right? So, season 1, of course, it's the intro to everything. We meet everyone. We meet Starlight, Huey, Butcher, MM,
The
Frenchie.
7.
Like, we meet everybody in this. It's like a very. When I first started the show, it's like, okay, just a random superhero show. And me personally, that was like an instant hook. This, like, show captured me episode, like, 3 episodes. I was already like, I wanted to watch
I was
more
like that after
of it.
episode 1, because, like,
Yes,
you know,
bro.
just the crazy open. You know, it just starts. They're walking down the street talking, and they're like, oh, this seems nice. They go in for a kiss. Just dies.
Yeah, bro.
And there's-
I was like so confused when I was first watching it. I'm like, what the flip is going on? But dude, yeah, that's like instant. Like, I love shows like when the first episode they already grab you, like Attack on Titan, and you know I can't think of any right now, but like just
I love when shows do it, but I like on the name. Like,
exactly. But yeah, it was amazing. And then it goes into like just Butcher wanting to kill more Soups. We find out about Butcher's backstory and la da da.
dude, I when I see edits like of like the flashbacks, dude, he looks so weird without a beard. Like, I don't
Yes,
know what
bro.
it is, but like
Like when he was
when he's at
dating-
the party and
yes.
like, dude, is this another thing that I didn't realize? I completely forgot that Maeve and Homelander were like dating.
Yeah.
I
Date-
like completely forgot.
I
that
didn't
even
forget about
happened.
that, bro, because like
You didn't forget about it though.
I forgot about that though. But yeah, like there was like fake dating because Vought wanted them to be
Mm-hmm.
together. But yeah, season 1 was a freaking phenomenal start to the show. I like season 1. I already loved Butcher. He was my favorite character because the memes started coming out like oi oi oi. It was so funny, bro.
Were you watching it when season 1 came
Yeah.
out? Really?
Yeah. When did it come out? Like 2018,
19.
2019? Yeah.
I didn't start watching until after season 2.
I
had
started watching it
finished.
not exactly when it came out, but like a month after it because you told me, or maybe it was.
No,
I think it was
because
you.
I didn't start watching until after season 2 came out.
Then I don't remember who told me, but I remember watching it. And I was like, okay,
Because like I just like had hearing a lot of stuff and I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And like I was like, cool superhero
it was
show.
a random ass show.
And
at
then
the
I
time.
just watched the first 2 seasons and like I was like, this is really good.
It is peak,
really
bro.
good.
It's peak, bro. But yeah. Other than that, it was just a very good just step.
I
in
also
the right
like
direction.
how like the scale gets bigger because this season the main villain is A Train of like the whole season.
Mhm.
Even the final fight with like at the last episode of the season is Starlight versus A Train, which I really like that.
Yeah.
It's like it seems such a small scale to think like how season 5 just ended. It
And
was
this
like
is one of my favorite like redemption story arcs start when just Huey and A Train already hate each other, bro. Like
Mhm.
season 1, they already like
and you know the whole heart thing
Mhm.
starts here because he has the heart attack because he's all juicing on the V
yeah.
to make him go faster. And like also I like how like Huey. This is I think the season that Huey was the least like humane. I think
Yeah.
he started to get back because
Oh,
like the whole
definitely.
season he was just I just want to kill A Train. And like he even did like mess up like making him kill his girlfriend and stuff.
Mhm.
Like that's pretty messed up.
Yeah, that was rough, bro. Yeah, but that whole season, like it was a very good step in the right direction. I'd give this. What do you give it?
I give it a 9.
I'll give it an 8. You know, it's pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think it's like crazy good, but it's definitely like
For me,
super
this is actually
enjoyable.
like out of all 5, this is I think
Top
2.
2.
Yeah, I think
That's
this
not
is a
ridiculous.
2.
That's not ridiculous.
Let's see.
Because it was
I
an
love that my
amazing
son's put it
start
on.
to a show.
Yeah,
Genuinely,
yeah. Season 2 is my number 2. So yeah,
that's not
Well,
ridiculous.
speaking of 2, let's go to season 2.
Yeah, season 2. Oof, this is when we first.
I
when
think
oh, you go first.
I think this one the show really starts to pick up.
Definitely.
Bigger scale by far.
Mhm.
A lot more like stuff going on. But I'll let you
Yeah.
know.
This is when the Peak gets his rehab and
Redemption arc.
speaking of one thing that I wanted to bring up that we were talking about it. This is when we found Fresca for the first time. The drink. I don't know if you guys know or if you don't know if you guys are familiar, but we I wonder if we have a can around here somewhere, but
There's some. Yeah, I don't think we do.
But when this show came out, the Deep was in that rehab place, and he was drinking these Freshkas, and that's what he was handing out to people. And we tried it, bro. We are addicted.
Life-changing,
We are
yeah.
addicted. That's all we drink now. It's literally if you haven't tried Fresca, go try it. But anyways, yeah, that's the Deep when he gets kicked out, and then
Of the 7,
Mhm.
and this is I think the best version of the Deep in my opinion, because
Really?
the
That's my
parallel-
shoulder.
that's
my shoulder!
That's my epic shoulder. But no, I think this is like where the show really did something unique, because like they start him to have like a redemption arc. Like, he goes through rehab, he does that stuff with all those other superheroes,
Mhm.
and like kind of realizes that he like was messed up, and like he does all this stuff to try getting back in the 7.
Mhm.
And like he even gets used by that girl who like wants to touch his gills.
Oh yeah.
And
I
like
forgot
that,
about
he
that.
was like, stop. And then she didn't stop. And then like it really messed with him.
Yeah.
Because like he hated his gills.
And then the girl started talking to him, bro. And I was
But like I think it was still really good because he went buzzed and like he really tried to fix himself. Clearly didn't, but he tried. And I really like that whole part, especially like when he comes back to the 7. Oh, he doesn't come back to season 3. I'll wait till that happens.
yeah, but then this is when we get introduced to Stormfront too. Me personally, I'd never liked her as a character. I never liked her as a hero. When we first got introduced, I was like, this girl's random. And then we figured out about her backstory. And I'm like, okay, now I really don't like her because he's a Nazi, bro.
Yeah. But I do like the whole girls part of this
Yeah.
season because like they were parroting the scene that I hate in Endgame where all the girls are like, we can take it from here. Then there's literally a scene where like they're filming the fake movie in it and they're like, girls get it done, and they do the same thing and it's just as corny because they were parroting that, bro.
I
Okay.
don't know.
But like the Starlight, Queen Maeve, and Stormfront, I think they're all Stormfront. I don't like her as a character, but she was a good like villain,
Yeah, she was good.
and she was literally like Homelander's right hand jerker, bro.
Yeah, bro. They were like weird gooners that whole season, man.
Could be his mom, by the way.
Could be. I guess we'll never know, to be honest. Now,
I mean, we'll find out in Vault Rising. That's so gross. if it
I'd
is.
actually like.
But I think she's doing a lot more action because like I can
Oh,
think of notable
definitely.
ones like the scene where Kimiko and her brother are running from Stormfront and like Stormfront's just tearing through the building with her powers and they get on the roof and she just kills Kimiko's brother. I'm like, that's just something that scene just would never have happened in season 1. Then even like I like the whole scene with the tunnels where like they killed the Deep's whale with
Yes.
the boat. They
And-
ride into it.
And then he's like, "Deep, let's go." And he's like, "But Teresa's dead or whatever, bro." I was like,
and then even here I like that Starlight's like with the boys, but like she's still in the 7. Like
yeah, she's like kind of doing. She's just getting new. The stuff with the Deep already happened, and
Yeah.
she's just like kind of figuring everything out. Pre-nerf Starlight.
Yeah, and Homelander's just as terrifying, if not. I think this is where he really starts to get
Well, that's
terrifying.
the whole
This
point, bro. The whole point of this show is that the beginning he's supposed to see as like a villain and scary, but as compare him to season 5, bro, he's like a wimpy, horrible baby.
but like
bro.
people say that's not good, just don't understand his character. That's literally what he is.
yes,
And that's another thing. In the first 2 seasons, Soups felt scary because the boys had
Yes.
to actually do stuff to get away from him. But by season 3, they could like they were
already
on par
figured
with
it
the
out.
7,
Yeah.
and like they've been fighting the same people and they've been able to get away. But season 2, I think, is really strong. And like
Mhm.
I like the finale where like all 3 of the girls just beat Stormfront up, like Maeve, Starlight, Kimiko.
It
They
was-
just
it
jump
was
her.
awesome, bro.
And then the final thing with like Ryan accidentally killing Becca and Homelander. That's one of my favorite shots of Homelander, bro, where he's like just laughing in the wood and covered in blood. dude.
yes, and he's like just sitting there, bro. Oof. But yeah, I love how each season, obviously, we're trying to kill Homelander, but it's always in a different font, I guess, if
Yeah,
you
and,
know what I
like-
mean.
And like at this point, we still had no idea what they could even do to hurt.
yes, they were
Homelander.
like, this guy's literally practically like invincible, bro.
Alright.
Like, what are they?
Like,
what are they gonna
but
do?
at this point, like there was nothing that they could do.
Mhm.
And season 3 is when they really are able to stand a chance. But like every time they were in a fight, you were like, like the tunnel scene will always be scary to me
Yes,
because like they're genuinely trying to just get out of there. Because
that's when Huey was. We thought Huey was gonna die, bro, because like Homelander actually like had him pinned, bro.
Yeah, bro. But season 2 is another strong one. Except I do put this one lower than season
Really?
1. I think like
I look.
it was bigger and more grand, but I think it was just like overall like I gave it an 8.5.
I gave it an 8 also.
I think I had it at
4.
Oh no, I had it at 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, I gave it an 8 too, same as season 1. I'd say they're both like they're good. They're good seasons, bro. Like they're so enjoyable. Yeah, but I like how I said different fonts. I like how season 1 was just try to like get in with the Soups and figure something out. Season 2 now it's trying to fight Becca and capture Ryan, but then Becca dies, and now let's get into season 3. Now season 3,
Wait, really quick. I do want to know. I forgot to say this. I really like how they killed Translucent. That shows how smart they
Yes.
were. They literally they put him in a cage and put a bomb up his
that was
butt.
that was season 1, right?
Yeah, and like, that again goes to show Huey because Huey killed him. And like I think like that was just the most angry Huey ever was
Yeah.
in season 1 because he was
Dude,
was
after
only,
Robin, bro. Oof.
yeah, and he progressively realized like I don't want to be this person
Yeah.
and stuff. But like season 1 Huey I think was the meanest
Yeah.
because he was just angry. He wanted
Yeah,
to
dude.
kill them, bro.
His redemption is really amazing too, bro. But season 3, let's get into that. I love, dude. This is when Soldier Boy, like we said earlier, is our favorite. Like this is when we love him the most.
And
bro.
also this is where the show got popular.
Oh,
This is when everyone started watching it.
Freddy told me everybody's fly. Do you remember that?
Yeah, no, it's like I said, my, Flash
Yeah.
is cool.
Flash is fast. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That was peak, bro. And
No.
then that's when we get his like a bunch of backstory where
Yeah.
we see what happened in Noir, why he's quiet, why he covers his face all
Yeah.
the time. I freaking love this
And
season.
I also love, dude, the trailer for the season is amazing with the Imagine Dragons song, bro.
Yes.
Bones.
Yes.
Dude, the trailer was so tough, and like this, I still think Homelander is still
Terrifying.
scary.
Yes.
But the boys actually found something. I love the introduction of Soldier Boy. Significantly better in this
Yes,
season.
I love
than
how
is in
he like.
season
It kind of
5.
felt like, I know. Okay, this is really bad comparison, but just hear me out. I like you know how
Scared.
when in Stranger Things like this like the Russians seemed like weird when they came to like America. Long story short, but like that's what it felt like when Soldier Boy was like just came out of Russia and he was like he's just finding his. Remember when he's walking down the street and
Yeah,
he
he
sees those
sees
two
the
gay
gay-
guys
and he
he's
goes like-
what the
He goes like this and goes,
yeah, bro. And then he blows up that building, and then we find out like all about him, and then Butcher captures him. It's just the great steps along the season,
yeah.
bro.
I don't know what that comparison was, Jack, but I know the scene you're talking about. I have no
Yeah.
idea what he's yapping about over here. But dude, I think that this season had the best everything. The
Oh.
boys were my favorite in this season.
Mhm.
I love
Wait, does Kamiko come in season 2 or 1? Yeah.
they find her as the female.
Mhm.
Or Frenchie finds her.
Mm-hmm.
And also, one more thing, I know it's on season 2, but when I see edits of like stuff, dude, Frenchie, MM, and Huey, dude, they seem like so much friends in
Yeah.
season 2. Like the scene where like they're on the boat in season 2, before they go and crash it, and like he's listening to Billy Joel, and they all just like having fun together.
Yes.
Dude, like they seem like such a tight family, and
Yes,
so early on, and I loved it. But back to season 3, Soldier Boy's peak. His powers so OP. I love the
Oh.
whole plot of him going after the people who captured him.
Yeah.
It kind of doesn't make sense in season 5, but we'll get there when we talk about
Yeah.
it.
But
But season 3, I think has the best action in the entire show.
Oh,
My
definitely.
all-time favorite, all the best fights are in the season. My all-time favorite fight though is Hero Gasm. Soldier Boy just overforms. Like when MM throws the gas and he just picks it up.
and this is also when Huey sees A Train there, and A Train finally like apologizes.
Yeah, this
He's
is
like,
where-
you didn't apologize, and A Train was like jumps up to him, and he goes, "I'm sorry," and he like genuinely
Yeah,
felt bad.
and then like another thing is like that might have been season 1. He's like, what you did was on purpose. What I did was an
Yes.
action. And then another thing is when he punched A Train, and A Train's like, how'd you do that? Because he's a soup, and like
Yeah,
he didn't
the
know
temp
Huey
V,
had 10
yeah.
V in his system. Another great
Another
introduction.
great thing of this season, bro. The temp V was so
In the
fun.
in the comics from day 1, the boys were using V, so they were soups. I've told
really, that's
he just
crazy.
doesn't listen to me, I guess. They had V's, so they were able to keep up with all these other soups, which just takes away that threat. But like this
Yeah.
season, and only Huey and Butcher took it,
Yeah.
and I love the
Butcher's
idea
laser
of,
eyes were peak that.
and I
season,
love
dude.
like the idea of like of course Butcher got the same powers Homelander had, just like to show their parallels
Yeah.
even more. And like that's one of my all-time favorite scenes is when he lasers Butcher. He's like, "Oh, fine, I killed him," right? And then
Then
he
he
goes
gets
to
up.
and then he fights Soldier Boy, and Soldier Boy's beating him up.
and he gets
And then he
laser,
stands up
bro.
and he's like, "What did you do?" And he's like, "Scorched earth." And it's so tough, bro.
Scorched Earth is literally such a.
We never
like-
actually got that though.
I'm not. We'll get to that. bro.
Okay.
But like, dude, yes, like you've been saying, season 3. I don't think there's anything wrong with this season. The final fight was amazing. Queen Maeve lost her powers.
And
the giant
she
fight.
had her redemption this season too. Fully.
Yes.
It was weird her and Butcher hooking up though. That was kinda,
Yeah.
that's kind of forced.
But she got like. We've started seeing her outside of her like soup life and like what she's actually up to and how she wants to get away from all of it, and then this fight actually like finally got her out of it. And I remember when everyone thought she died, bro, and I was like, but she didn't. Thankfully, we love Maeve,
And
bro.
another thing that I like the thing that like the boys don't all like agree the same way. This we really
Yeah.
see because like it was Huey and Frenchie who were really on like we can get Homelander now with Soldier Boy, but MM was like, no, Soldier Boy killed my family. Like I do not want to work with you guys if you're working with him. And like every time he had a chance, he tried killing Soldier Boy, and I really like that like the split between them because like not all of them agreed on what they were doing. And Starlight fully left. She made that like Instagram reel. She's like, I am leaving the 7. This is where her fall off really started.
Oh gosh, don't even get me started on Starlight, bro.
But I love the final fight. Actually, Starlight cooked in the finale, bro, when she like
Yeah.
stood up and like had all that light and just shot Soldier Boy. Except, I hate the flipping flopping in this show.
Dude, yes. Like literally it goes from Soldier Boy, you gotta help us, and then they spend like whole season getting ready to fight Homelander, and then last second, no, I'm with Homelander.
No,
now."
like, but what happened in season 3 was Butcher, because Soldier Boy wanted to kill the son too,
Yeah.
and then Butcher's like, no, and then
Yeah.
he worked with Homelander to fight Soldier Boy, and I was like, bro, they could have got him, like,
Oh,
bro,
they could have
Ryan-
ended right there.
Yeah, and like, cause like Queen Maeve, Soldier Boy, and Butcher were piecing up Homelander.
Oh, yeah.
and like they were so close to killing him.
And like I was telling you earlier, Queen Maeve's strength is on like the same level as
She,
Homelander,
her and
but-
him's 1v1. She did the most damage. Made him bleed. Was like fighting back and everything.
Yeah, Homelander was barely throwing up things, bro. He just doesn't know how to fight, bro.
It's because he's never been opposed in his entire life.
Exactly, bro. I mean, I love how, like you said, beginning it goes like season 1, oh, he's scary. Season 2, he's still scary. Season 3, okay, he's scary. Season 4, he's not that
So
scary.
he's not in season 4. Oh, Homelander. Oh my bad.
And
I
then
was like-
season 5,
I was
I'm
talking
like,
about
oh,
Butcher,
he
or-
is not scary, bro.
Yeah, and it's just because like they realize he is nothing.
He's a baby.
And like and then I also like the idea of like Butcher and him like kind of talking. Like there's that scene where Homelander shows up to his house and like it's about Ryan and he's like, "I'll leave you alone if you leave me alone." Because
Mhm.
like realistically, Homelander knows Butcher's like the only thing that could possibly stop him.
Yeah.
But he also doesn't believe there's anything he can do.
Yeah, he's like, Butcher can't do anything.
But
to
he's
me,
like
bro.
knows he's the only one that can stop it. But like he let him go too many
Mhm.
times.
Yeah,
and
bro.
that was a big one because I'm like he could have easily killed him.
Oh yeah, multiple times. But like I was telling you earlier, when people are like not scared of him or like just do not care about him, he leaves alone. Like that guy in season
Yeah.
5 when he like the guy who was working
Give him
at
like
the movie
advice
theater.
and he's like, just leave.
Just leave. Yeah, bro. I was like, yeah, bro. Just the secret is literally just to be not afraid, bro.
Yeah. And then another thing, I don't even think the finale was as hyped as Herogasm. Everyone's hype for Herogasm, the episode, was beyond insane.
Yeah.
Like people when they saw like the title, I remember every week all they were talking about and, like all the hype, like, oh, half the stuff we filmed for Herogasm we couldn't even put in there. It's the craziest thing. It's banned in all these countries. Everyone's talking about like what is gonna happen, and it was worth the hype in my opinion. That
Dude.
episode is, I think, one of the best in the whole show.
And besides the fight between Butcher, Soldier Boy, and Homelander, we get A-Train's redemption from that guy who Blue Hawk.
He kills him, and then he has a heart attack.
Yeah,
and then what really
this is when
starts
his
it,
like cardiac
because
arrest.
he has a heart attack,
Yeah.
and they gave him Blue Hawk's heart.
Mhm.
And have you all seen those memes? Like 3 seasons, he's the black guy's a bad guy. Then he gets a white guy's heart and turns good. I'm not saying
I've
that's
never
real, but
seen
I've seen
that.
those memes
That's funny.
because he gets Blue Hawk's heart,
Yeah.
and I don't think he starts to kind of feel it this season. And like I remember the memes, yummers.
And he's like shoving all that as possible, bro. Like,
He's like-
this is when like the bullying really started between Homelander and A-Train because
He's just
A-Train.
like pushing his fat.
'cause
He's
I'm-
like fastest man alive, my butt.
Because when people are not like when people are useless to Homelander, he just treats them like garbage, bro. And but yeah, dude, genuinely season 3, I gave it a 9.
I wasn't even done talking about season 3, but I gave it a 10.
Uh,
My favorite season right here.
yeah, dude, I loved it.
What-
My
so you
second
don't give us.
favorite.
Okay. I think I see where this is going, but I want to keep talking about season 3 just a little bit longer
Okay.
because my favorite meme from the show is when he reintroduces the Deep to the 7,
Yeah.
and he's like, he introduced
Literally
that guy
this
Supersonic,
picture,
that guy Supersonic,
Yeah.
who he kills immediately. But and then like he has to make like Starlight pretend to love him, like they kiss. But like
Yeah.
the lights go and it's just like the Deep
It's
turning around,
literally
like
this
walking.
picture, bro.
He does that, then he walks on stage he's like, "Thank you, Homelander." It's
Yeah.
so amazing.
Yeah, bro. It's so the Deep is just. I never understood why people actually don't like him.
Well, okay, this is where it starts to make sense why you don't like him, because like
Yeah.
he had the redemption arc, but he doesn't use it. Because once he gets back in the 7,
He just goes
throws
right,
it all up the window.
goes
He,
right back to being an
because
idiot.
He goes right back to being a horrible human being, an
Yeah.
idiot, having sex with octopuses.
that was
Um,
such a funny.
Starlight
Weird
just walks
thing.
in on him, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa!"
Whoa.
And
then, oh
makes him
gosh,
eat
season
Timothy.
4 or is season 4, season 3 where he's like their whole relationship, him and the octopus. Oh gosh, that was weird. bro.
Yeah, but like and then he's forced to eat it to get back in the 7. He
Yeah.
has to, not the one he had sex
Yeah, I
with,
know,
but one of them, and
one
like
of his friends.
that was really messed up. And like Homelander's so evil.
And I
bro.
love all the random side quests he's gone on through the seasons where he like fish fish die around him. Like remember when he stole that dolphin from the aquarium
and
then
it flies out the
it flies out
window.
the window, and then there's the octopus obviously that he ate, and then when he goes to the supermarket to get that lobster, and the guy's
Oh,
like, I
yeah.
was like that one. He goes and just kills him. He's like, it's just so funny, bro. The Deep's always been
And then
hilarious.
he loves all the fish, and then We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
no, I don't ever dislike the Deep, but it just shows that he really like didn't care about being a better person. He just wanted all the fame.
Yeah,
Again.
he just wanted to be important. One to Homelander and one to like his
Everyone
fans.
else. Yeah. And so like when he got back in the 7, he just went back to being the same old person.
Yeah.
And like I never really thought about it, dude. The 7 is like so weak, bro. Like especially after seeing Gen V, dude. How is in season 1's like this the team of the strongest soups, bro. There are soups. Bomb site, like
Like the strongest the 7 has ever been was season 5, bro, and that was just solely because Soldier Boy and Homelander, bro. Other than that, they were always
Oh,
like,
Father was pretty strong. He beat Starlight and literally.
Yeah.
But dude, I'll give it to that. But no, season 3 is my favorite season of this entire show, and
I don't know,
gave
maybe
it.
season 2 they were pretty strong. Stormfront was pretty strong. Maeve's really strong. Starlight's in the middle. Noir's really strong. Deep's
Oh,
just
speaking
deep.
of Noir, he died. The original Noir dies at the end of this season.
Yeah.
And I love his whole thing where like
With the
he's
cartoons,
Yes,
yes.
He's like his brain's all messed up because of what Soldier Boy did to him, and
He's
like
just still scarred from everything that
Mhm.
happened like decades ago.
Yep.
And he's like,
he
"Oof."
can't talk and he's like really sad. And like it's so sad when Homelander kills him, which is so stupid because Noir's the only person who ever actually cared about him, bro. He did everything and like he no reason comes like you knew he was my father.
Yeah, bro.
Beat me to a cup.
He did. Noir literally did everything for Homelander. Always helped him. Always retrieved whatever he needed. But then, bro was just.
And
too
then it's so sad
selfish.
when like all the cartoons like leave his goggles
Yes,
and they're
bro.
like this
You
is
did good, Jeremy, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, and then they walk away and they fade away in his goggles. Dude, it's so sad.
Gosh, that was sad, sad, sad. But yeah, I love season 3. Is so peak, bro. It's like the perfect mid-season, like
Mid.
no, like
The
middle of the
oh,
show, like season. Like it literally, like season 1 and 2 good, and then season 3 great, and then it just gets better from there, dude. Like
I don't know.
okay, well it gets.
But
It's
yeah,
still
this
good.
is my number 1 of
Mhm.
all of the season. So
It's great. It's
moving
great.
into 4, this is the most hated season. I
Yeah,
think, by
season 4.
fans.
I like it a lot, but I don't think it's definitely probably not my top 3 to be honest. But it's still good.
It's in 5th spot. For me.
yeah, it's not great, but it's also not bad.
but it does like a lot of good stuff. I like
Yeah.
because we found out last season that the head popper was Victoria.
Yep.
And I loved her this season.
Oh, she was
Because
amazing.
she was a big character in season 3, but this season she's like a main.
She was like
character.
a huge.
Yeah,
character.
because like she is the vice president, and her and Homelander, while they don't like each other, they need each other to get their goals across.
Mhm, and then this is
and-
when Homelander reveals she was a superpower on the news.
Dude, yeah, because like they had the threat. She could have. I know she couldn't actually kill Homelander because when she tried, it just gave him like a nosebleed.
Yeah.
Because she couldn't actually
Mhm.
pop him. That sounds weird. I don't know why. But this season, I think, strictly story is one of the stronger ones. Like,
oh yeah.
because there's not a lot of big action, but like when you follow the story, it's good. You know, I love Sister Sage was way better this season than season 5. Because like
Gosh, I hate her in season 5.
I look back, bro, and I'm like, she really did a lot. She created the whole thing of Starlighters versus the Homelanders. You know, she
She
started
was
that
like
riot.
a master manipulator.
Yeah, and she actually felt smart in season 4, and like she did everything right. And then even like, do you remember Starlight beating up Firecracker?
Yeah.
She did that to make Starlight even look like she made.
Yes.
Like she literally did
She-
everything
on
perfectly.
purpose, yes.
And like she seemed smart. Season 5, I guess she was lobotomized the whole time, but like I didn't love her, but she was way more intimidating in season.
Yeah,
4.
and when I love the scene when Homelander goes to like recruit her for the first time, and her whole house is like covered in books, and Homelander's like this, and she's just like outsmarting
he looks-
everything he
yeah,
says.
and he
bro.
looks so weird in normal clothes too.
He's wearing like a little scrawny little jacket with a red hat.
Yeah.
He looks so weird, and I love how Sage just always outsmarts everyone. I agree with this season. She feels strong and like powerful and very dedicated to everything she does, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
ooh.
And then Firecracker was Firecracker this season. I loved her. I didn't like her introduction though. I mean, should we talk about that one?
That'll be at the end.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
'Cause that's right.
She was a cool character. We never
At
really got
first,
to
I
see her
didn't like
powers.
season when she first got introduced. I was like, this is random. But then as it goes on, she's like, she's not bad.
Yeah.
She's not bad. And
Yeah,
then
I liked her a lot in season 5.
yeah,
too.
and then
And she's cool, and I also love that Butcher is like has cancer.
yeah, and then we find out, and then Homelander's like, I'm gonna miss you when you're gone. I'm like, oh my gosh, bro, get this guy out of here, bro.
Yeah, and I mean we have to talk about the elephant in the room with the cancer, bro. The whole season, man. We had Jeffrey Dean Morgan,
Oh,
Krieger,
yes.
or Krieger, whatever his name.
Yeah,
It was theorized and stuff, but like the actual reveal of it being fake was so.
and when
worth it,
when
bro.
he was going through the flashbacks and he's like pouring his tequila into nothing,
Yeah,
I
and
was
he's
like,
laughing by himself and talking.
dude, I was actually so shocked. Oh no, oh yeah, we find out because Becca was
Because
talking
the
to
whole
him,
season,
and then he goes,
Becca's
shut
talking-
your pie hole, and then I was like,
Yeah, we were watching it together.
I was like, what do you? And then he's like, you can see ya, and he goes, you think you're the only whatever? Like I was like, oh my gosh, dude, that was a crazy good reveal, dude.
yeah, and
Oh.
it was so good. And like the whole idea, like this was the most evil Butcher was, I think,
Oh.
except for maybe the end of season 5. But
Yeah.
he was legit like the boys didn't really mess with him. He went off and did his own thing almost the whole season. Like even Huey was like, "Nah, go away." And he made the virus. Like he was going out to try to make the virus. He kidnapped. What's that girl's the Victoria's husband, right?
Oh yeah. The teacher, whatever
Yeah,
he is. bro.
because he is the dad of her, like,
Mhm.
and like all that stuff, and like he kidnapped him and just kind of like tortured him, and messed with him to make the virus, and like, man, like him, I liked him being separated from the boys because like
Yes.
he was just a bad guy this season, in my opinion. He wasn't much better than Homelander.
Dude, one of the underrated episodes in this season was when they go to that farm and all the V1 animals.
yeah.
I loved that episode. I don't know why, but I did because Victoria's aura is crazy because like they're all sitting there in the room looking for it, and then all their noses bleed, and I was like, oh
And she
my
was so
gosh.
powerful, bro.
Yes, she was kind of
she
scary
she was terrifying, bro.
because she was popping everybody, and we didn't
Yeah.
know who it was till like way later.
Yeah, and like, dude, and then I love the reveal of like, and it's one of my favorite memes where Homelander's on the news, he's going like, ha ha.
He
ha.
It's so funny, bro.
Yeah, and then like
He lasers her.
Yeah,
and-
Victoria's like yapping, and then he goes, and she kind of freaks out, and then she tries head popping him. You see her eyes go
Yeah.
white, but she couldn't.
Yeah, bro. I remember when Butcher was talking to that one girl, that like agent girl, and they met out in the middle of nowhere with her van, and then her
Oh,
head
yeah.
popped. And this is when we got like I said, she was scary, bro. Like because we had no idea who it was. But season 4, definitely a good season. I think it's good, but it's not. I don't think there's a bad
Yeah,
season
and,
of
like,
the boys.
I of course A Train's Redemption is an all timer here. He
Mhm.
had a phenomenal.
he saved
saving-
Huey from Homelander from
What
the
season?
vent.
Oh yeah, yeah, and
Mhm.
he did a lot. He was just doing stuff behind the scenes, and I am so sad that he didn't take Ashley because him and Ashley were like super
Dude,
chilling.
they
When
totally
he
should've.
was leaving at the end of season 4, he's like, "Come with me," and he was begging her.
And you can
And-
see their relationship build up for the last 3.
And not a
seasons.
romantic way, like straightly friends, and like
friends,
he was
yes.
begging her to go, and she's like, "I can't," and then he just leaves, and like, dude, and then I love one of my favorite scenes. He saves drops him off at the hospital, and
And the
that kid smiles at him, and the whole thing he says is like, "That's the first time I ever felt like a hero out of everything
And
I've
he's
ever
like,
done."
did you should have seen that kid's face. That's the first time. That's a real save I've ever done. And I was like, dude, this is peak, bro. Because he genuinely, like, he finally got that fulfillment of like, because his brother would always tell him, "You're not a superhero. You never will be." And then like, Vought would always.
And he's
tell
the
him
reason his
lies.
brother's paralyzed
Yes,
and everything.
But then that save and the Huey save, we were like, oh my gosh, wait, A-Train's Loki MVP this season, bro. Like I was like, oof.
he was the best character that season
No,
to me,
definitely.
and like,
But his suit,
no, that was season. No, that was the season.
one of the worst superhero.
No,
suits
that
I
was
think I've
season
ever-
3.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Are you sure?
Because when he took Ashley, he was wearing that suit.
No.
Well, but anyways, dude, oh my gosh, that suit was awful, bro. We should like talk about suits eventually too, because that was rough. But season 4, what did you give season 4?
I gave this one an 8.
An 8? Yeah, I gave it an 8.
No,
too.
bro, because what he did this
Oh,
is
yeah,
when he
you're right.
saved. That was season 3. That suit, I agree though. I don't know, bro.
And they're trying to get his African. Like I was like, what
Yeah,
the
they're like-
flip, bro? Yeah, I gave it an 8 too. Really, really, really good, dude.
I gave it an 8. I think of the 5 seasons, this is the not. I don't like to use the word worst, but it's my least favorite. But
Yeah.
like from a strict story, I think it's the one of the best. And like
And this is also when we find out Butcher's tentacles. After
at
he
the end of the
kills
season when he kills Victoria, dude.
I
don't know
was
why
so
he did
upset,
that,
dude.
bro.
That made me upset. I was like, okay, that was such a pointless kill. Like,
Especially with how he did what he did in season 5. Like he didn't
Yes.
keep that like evil mindset, you know.
yeah,
Wait, no, we gotta talk about one more thing before we switch.
What?
The fake Starlight, bro.
fake star. Oh yes! Oh my gosh! When the shapeshifter girl and then Huey was like in love with her and got married to her in like the span of like a month.
And okay, this might be mean, bro, but like the fact that he didn't realize, I don't blame him. Like has the same memories as
Yes,
Starlight.
dude. Like
same look,
I would.
everything.
I don't understand why she got mad. If I if in a scenario where if that was me and like my girlfriend had the exact same voice, tone, memories, mannerisms.
She literally had
everything.
the memories of
Yes,
Starlight.
everything. The only thing he caught her was by one saying.
Yeah.
Like
And then also, dude, this is another reason, bro. She was way nicer to Huey than actual Starlight, and so of course he fell in love with her, bro.
Yes, bro.
She was dude. Starlight's so mean to Huey, in my
yes,
opinion,
dude.
bro.
These especially until the end of season 5, she was such a jerk to him. Treated him like absolute
in season
butt.
3, like when he like took the V and like wanted to go fight Homelander in like Herogasm, she was so rude to him. I'm like,
Yes.
bro.
And then when he teleported and saved her, she was still mad at
She's
him.
like, why you did that?
I was like,
"Oh my
dude,
gosh."
get this
And
girl out of here, bro.
And then literally after he realized and saved the president and everything, and even just like found out, Starlet's like, how did you have sex with her? He was like,
Yes.
and then she made him feel bad about it. He literally got raped, basically. He did not know. That was unconsensual. And then she made him, like, that girl used him and everything. And then she made it about herself. And I was like, oh.
Yes, bro,
That's
she-
where the meme of her looking like a demon
Yes.
comes from.
She's like this. Yeah, bro, Huey literally became an MVP right there, and then she has the audacity to just treat him like crap, bro. And especially season 5, bro. Oh my, don't even get me started.
But
bro.
no, I gave season 4 an 8. I put
Yeah,
it
give
at
it an
5th
8.
spot.
Yeah, I
though.
give it an 8 too. It's pretty. There's literally nothing below an 8 when it comes to The Voice. But since let's wrap it up with season 5. We've obviously made episodes. You guys know how we feel about episodes. We'll just give a quick scan before we talk about the final episode.
There were some, I wouldn't say like not bad episodes, but like some episodes that felt longer than needed in this season, in my opinion. Nothing bad though, except for one episode.
Except, yeah, you
So
guys are probably
we-
wondering why we didn't film an episode 7. Probably because that's the worst episode The Boys has ever produced in a lifetime of. I think that's the worst episode of a show I've ever seen in my freaking 18 years of living, dude. That was awful.
Bro, Stranger Things season 5 had way worse episodes. Than
That dude, I don't know, bro.
it was pretty bad because like, what did MM and Starlight do?
They literally just sat there.
Oh, nothing. Oh, they had another
a
heart to heart.
heart-to-heart.
Cool. You know. Oh, let's dedicate a like 10-minute scene to this girl cat and guy dog sniffing each other's butts, saying, Chipotle, you had Pizza Hut. Like, no,
That
the
was
second to
so
last